Glorious day to you, my friends. Sihokutara, Isahanata, Irihatata, Ahanihata. Happy Holi. Today is the Hindu festival of Holi. It's the festival of colors. It's the festival of the victory of light over dark, the victory of goodness over evil. It's all these things. But we're going to explore the deeper meaning of the story, of the festival, and what it means to us as sovereign souls who are always 100% successful. You're going to be amazed at the story. Sohukuta urhanata arhatata. It's more than this festival here. It's a biological ignition sequence. It's tied to the breath. It's tied to our internal combustion engine. It's tied to our divinity. It's tied to us letting go of the old and accepting our own divinity. It's an amazing. Let's dive into the stories. So there are two stories that are associated with Holi. One, which the name comes from, is the story of fire and purification, where the demon Holika and the son of the demon king, Prahlad, where Prahlad is so devoted to Vishnu, the preserver, the graceful one, even though he is the son of a demon king. That in itself is interesting. But his name means radiant bliss, which totally aligns with the revolution of bliss, that we are this temple of living light, that we are this Aquarian fire, this engine, this internal combustion engine, and we are this radiant bliss. And Holika, check the description, did a deep dive into the name meanings, the bija mantras, the syllables of it, and you will be amazed at what it all means. Like everything else on this channel, it's simply an invitation for you to breathe with who you really are. Maybe even see the divinity that you really are. And then maybe even start living your life. That divinity is with you, that God is living with you and through you with every breath that you take. However you see God. So, this Holika is Prahlad's aunt and a demon, and she has this shawl, this boon, this vara, that was given to her by Brahma himself. This shawl, when she wears it, protects her from fire, but only when she's alone. And the story goes that she tries to trick Prahlad into the fire because he's so devoted to Vishnu. He represents the bhakti, the devotion to the divinity in all of us, without judgment. It's amazing. And she tries to trick him because she's jealous of his visions, and there's so many reasons why. But she forgets that this shawl of protection, this vara, only protects her when she goes into the fire alone. And the victory that is celebrated by Holi is that she gets consumed by the fire because she is not alone. But what's this all mean? Okay, besides we can celebrate, yay, the victory of light over darkness and good over evil. But when we break it all down on what it represents, there's the real meaning. She's this vara, this boon that she gets from Brahma, the creator itself. this ability to sustain the fire and hold on to her idea of herself, her egoic self, with the illusion, this veil of the shawl, so that she can hold on to it. And she can do it alone because she is selfishly egoic. But when she has to deal with anyone else, her idea of separation gets blown away, which is why she can only do it alone, because she can hide in her idea of separation. She can hide in the illusion of the reality that she's created, that she's protected by this fire. The flip of the story is that her shawl, the Avaranam Shakti, okay, this veiling power, this power of illusion for her to see it as herself. She has her own private protection, just like we all do with our masks that we wear and the roles that we play and the lies that we tell ourselves. All the illusions, the blocker of Agnya and Vishuddha, the lies we tell ourselves, and the illusions that the stories we tell ourselves, the narratives that we tell ourselves, they're all wrapped up in this demon Holika. And Prahlad, this pure soul, he represents this heart coherence that we're talking about, this radiant being that we're talking about. And he goes into the fire, and he's not consumed by the fire because he's not attached to this 3D reality. So the spiritual Agni is actually sustaining him instead of this physical Agni consuming him. It's the difference between the lower chakras and the upper chakras that we've been talking about. He survives the fire because he's with Source. He's with God. He's with this radiant bliss. He's under the protection because he understands he is protected by divinity itself, by consciousness itself, by being this self-organizing, radiant whole. And what's the lesson? When we realize our true nature, we are unburnable, unconsumable. We cannot be consumed by this fire. The Aquarian fire does not consume, it refreshes. Niruhukur anahakaaya shiata nasa akaheta. And now we got the story of divine love, the story of Radha and Krishna. They were matched early on in life, and Krishna, it means the dark one or the darkened one, the black one. His skin was so dark, he was ashamed of it, and he thought that Radha would not love him unconditionally. So he was concerned with this, and Krishna's mother then said, well, if you take these colorful dyes and you paint yourselves with these, then she will no longer see the darkness, she will just see the bright colors of it. And this is the story of how the festival of colors came about, is that the divine love of painting each other with the colors of all of creation. That's the traditional narrative of this story of divine love. But how we're going to flip this now is that Krishna, he is the singularity. He is this attraction point of the universe. He attracts all the goodness of the universe to him. He is the attraction point of our heart. The singularity of the heart center. That he's the breath in. That when we breathe in, he is attracting all the divinity, all the goodness, all that we wish to bring about in life. Krishna is this aspect of ourselves that is attracting to us. And Radha is the exact opposite. She is this radiation of the heart. She is the the heart torus field. She is the coherent heart. She's the radiant, the self-organizing radiant whole. That's what she is. She is the Hladini Shakti, the intrinsic bliss that flows throughout all of reality. And this divine union is the divine union that we are creating in our heart centers, that we don't even actually have to create because it's already there and it's already active. The only thing we need to do is see it and to realize it, that it's already there, that we are this attraction point for divine love and everything else in this universe. When we stop resisting it, and we are this radiant bliss of Radha already, we just need to see it. That's the flipping it. And we're already purified by the fire, but we see ourselves as impure because we're holding on to all of our transgressions. We're holding on to the fear. We're holding on to the guilt, the shame, and the grief. We're holding on to the lies and the masks that we wear, the roles that we play. And we're holding on to this illusion of separation and the narratives and the meaning that we apply to everything instead of seeing it as it is, instead of seeing the truth and appreciating the truth as it is. That's it. That's it. This is the beauty of Holi, is that we're already perfect, but it's going to get better because we're now going to map it to Samavriti Pranayama. It's as simple as breathing. Now the technology comes about that Krishna represents the breath in, this sa, this the filling up of our lungs with air, with prana, with divine grace, with bliss, with divine love, with unconditional love. We can put any label we want on it. Everything that we desire, simply by breathing in. Krishna, we are Krishna. Our heart is Krishna. Our heart is this breath in. And then after we breathe in, we hold our breath. And this holding of the breath is Holika. And we have a choice when we're holding the breath. We have a choice to continue to hold the breath. We have the choice. This holding of the breath is the work that we're doing, the excitation of what we just breathed in. How excited are we? Or are we based in fear? Are we afraid of our divinity? Is our ego holding us back? Is our fears, our grief, our guilt, our shame, are the lies that we're telling? Are all these illusions holding us back from letting go and letting God? To allow the process to continue to hold the breath so that this work shines our jewel, our mani, in Om Mani Padme Hum. This jewel of the lotus that we are, that we already are. She represents the failure. That's it. She chose to not continue. She chose to hold on to the veil of illusion. She chose to hold on to all of her fears. She chose to hold on to all of her guilt, all of her grief, all of her shame, all of her fears, instead of surrendering to love, surrendering to God, surrendering to her own divinity. And by being so, she got consumed by the fire instead of being ignited by the fire. And Prahlad represents being ignited by the fire. And that revving engine confirms. Iskohata artaniti arahatara kasanata aratata. And that's the decision. Do we want to hold on to who we think we are, or are we going to allow our true authentic self to emerge? And we simply do that by breathing out. That's the whole simplicity of it. When we allow Radha to live through us, this radiant bliss, we're shining out our expression of what we've done with the breath in. We breathed it in. We've done some work with it. We've made this breath our own, this prana. We've put our own little signature on it. Signed by will. Koha niti artaharyata. And then we simply shine out. Radha is the breath out. She is the self-organizing, radiant whole. And it gets better. Because the fourth part of Samavriti Pranayama is holding our breath with an empty set of lungs. This represents the rest state. This represents Shavasana in yoga class. It represents us resting in our own true nature. Us realizing, making it real, embodying everything we just done with the breath. Breathing in our divinity. Exciting our own divinity. Allowing our divinity to be ignited. And then radiating out our bliss, our natural state. And all we're doing here is we're being like Prahlad. We're being like Prahlad. Because we know we are this radiant bliss. And now we don't need to declare it because we understand it. And we're resting in our own true nature. That's it. This is what Holi is all about. Nito hota, sawa, asha, nita kahasi, na, kawahato uto, niriarana, kohosha, siakohana, nisahatata awashako utoro, hartar ke achaha, sohukuna a sanahekea, hasu utu utaha, shaya anahayata akaha, korohoka, asa anahakitea, kototo oha, wa hashana eara, kotahar wahasha, nisa a, kihoko, nawa ashanahekia, karuhuso uko, utawarana heka areata, kasana ira hatar kashkana ata, war hukura urhasana, kasahir urhanaria, kasa ata, shaya atirora, nasa akahaya, kasuhutu, ura, nira hartana, kashahukuru, hata, isana eakahata. Tira. So I thank you, my friends, for sharing in my highest bliss. There's more goodies down in the description and in the pinned comment. Shine on, my friends. It's holy. Celebrate. Celebrate colors. Celebrate the victory of goodness over evil. Celebrate your own victory over your own holding on to who you think you are and allowing your true essence to emerge. Shine on from your inner being. Shine on with your inner being. And maybe even shine on as your inner being. Your self-organizing, radiant whole. And make it a great day. Because why would you leave it up to anyone else? It's 1:11 now. Uta ha takaska nahera.